Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Adafruit Show and Tell. My name is Melissa, and tonight I will be hosting. Tonight first we're gonna start out with Scott.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you for going with me first. I'm frantically trying to get my demo going. I'll just talk about it.
Did you want to go?
Yeah, give me like 5 more minutes.
Okay, no worries.
I'm close.
Okay. Well, we are going to go with Jeff then for now.
Hi there. Yeah,
Hi.
so I have a prototype board from Lemoore that I've been trying to get working. This is the board with a camera and an ESP32S3 microcontroller, SD card slot, some fun connectors like Stemma QT. And, I've been working on the camera stuff, I think, for about 18 months off and on. And we're getting to the point where we actually have kind of an all-in-one thing that we're putting through the paces. So it's in like a camera app mode right now. You can kind of see my face there, actually. And if I hit the button, it'll take a photo and save it to the SD card. So that's kind of how it's going. Really excited about this because it's like related to work I've been doing for a good long time. And it's like, how do we create a camera app? We've got kind of diamond controls, 2 buttons here, a shutter and an on off. And yeah, we'll make some cool projects out of this, soon, within the next 2 years. I'm just certain of it.
That's really cool. So is that running with CircuitPython?
Yeah, that is running with CircuitPython. You can also access the camera using like a program that you write directly in ESP IDF, but I don't think you can do it in Arduino at the moment.
Okay.
But yeah, this is all running in CircuitPython, and it operates very smoothly, like in terms of the refresh rate of the screen. It's really, for a CircuitPython program, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And we'll since it's a Wi-Fi microcontroller, we'll potentially do things that use Wi-Fi. I think these are, I don't know what that 3-pin connector is, but like, remote shutter release or things like that. And, yeah. And of course, all your Stemma QT sensors and whatnot. So you'll be able to expand this. And I think this is a battery slot, so you'll be able to go mobile, although I'm tethered right now. And yeah, so I'll be giving you updates about this probably for a little while we get it all working.
Cool. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a good rest of the show.
Thanks. Hi, are you
All
ready
right.
yet?
Yeah, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Despite the truck that's backing up. So what I've got here is, this is showing what you're showing here. And it's confused. It's a display with the USB host FeatherWing on it. So this is an RP2040, and I haven't tested this yet, so let's hope the demo gods are on my side. But I've got another CircuitPython board, and it's one of those that goes straight into your USB slot. So we'll see what happens when I connect one into the other. So CircuitPython starts up. It looks like maybe it's in safe mode, but that should be okay. Maybe it won't work. It should be looking for a USB device here.
Do you want to try it again, or?
Yeah, I think it did press a button when I plugged it in. Let's give it one more shot. I haven't tried this yet. I've been testing on the IMX, not on the not on the RP2040, so I've got more work cut out for me. Looks like, I think searching devices waits 10 seconds, so let's just wait a little bit. Anyway, so what's happening is I've been working on mass storage device, which is what the CircuitPy drive is. So what this demo, if it worked, would do is it would list the files on the second USB device, the CircuitPython device, and be able to like write to it as well. All from the host device.
Oh, okay.
This is a lot simpler to show than all of the wires that I've gotten going all over my desk. But unfortunately, I've got more debugging to do.
Well, maybe you can show it off next week.
Now I've got work for me tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks for hosting. Oh, and I should say, if folks know, I used to do deep dives where we talk about all this stuff. On Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific, I will be starting to host deep dives again starting this week. Thanks to Foamy Guy for covering for me for so long while I had a kid. And Foamy Guy will continue streaming on Saturday mornings and also filling in for me on Fridays. So
Thanks for
excited
stopping
to see
by.
everybody.
And next up, we have Liz.
Hello.
Hi.
So this project I did this week, it's a 4x4 rotary encoder MIDI messenger. And so it's using 4 of the quad rotary encoder breakouts, which use seesaw, and they have an interrupt pin, which is going to a GPIO that's on a Feather RP2040 that's right under here with a MIDI FeatherWing, and it's using async IO to read all the encoders like pretty quickly. So I coded up to use MIDI control change messages, which are used often with controlling external gear. I kind of formatted the code at the top so folks can enter in the messages and values that they want to send by default. And I have it set up for a guitar pedal that I use so folks can edit if they want. But right here I have MIDI Berry, which is my preferred kind of MIDI visualizer. So if I turn this rotary encoder, you can see the screen updates. And then if I press, it sends, and the value just came into the input. I'll send a couple more. And yeah, so I'm hoping this will be a good example for folks to use async IO, because I had never used it before. It kind of felt like my brain was being turned inside out. But hopefully folks can maybe use it as an example for doing a slightly more intense project with a couple different parameters and just the blinking and LED, which is a really great starter, but then seeing how you can use it for also updating a display and updating NeoPixels and doing a couple of different things. So guide is available now on Learn, and yeah.
Cool. Thank you for stopping by and showing that off.
No problem. Thanks for hosting tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
And next up, we have John Park.
Hello. Hey, I've got an update on a project I've been working on a little bit. So this is my DIY version of the ambient machine, which is an existing project that was sold in like a super limited number in art galleries, thousands of dollars. So this is going to be the IKEA end of the spectrum. And this is literally a couple of drawers from an IKEA Baltic birch organizer set that I got. And I cut some holes in there. I lasered them out. You could use a drill with a template. And so far I've got 10 of what I think I'm going to go with the full 20 switches on here, unless I need to redesign. And the reason I may need to do that is what I have in the back here is a speaker, and there's a little amp. There is a Metro M7 in there and an SD card that I'm reading off of. I'll open it up in a second, but what this is meant to do is allow you to flip a knob, and I'm going to turn on a second little mic here that hopefully you'll be able to hear this a little better. Flip one of these switches. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. And the idea is you won't just have annoying robot voices saying numbers, but instead soothing bell sounds and water and piano with long reverb tails and strings. And you can mix them to kind of make your own sort of sound machine, meditative machine, ambient machine. Right now, you can see I'll be able to play a few of them at a time. And those are, find it there, those are WAV files that are playing off of the SD card. Running into issues with how much bandwidth I've got coming off of the SD card over the regular SPI bus, since this is a SD card IO based library on the Metro M7. So we'll see. There's some ideas floating around. There's some things Lamore told me to give a try, but I just wanted to kind of give you a little peek at the insides there. You can see I'm using one of our little metal swirly grids there to connect things to. If I keep pulling it apart there, you can see I've just got speaker and wires to there, and that's the bulk of the operation. There is the M7, the SD card reader, amplifier, and I'm using an expander, IO expander, to read those switches there. So I'll give a deeper dive into that tomorrow on the show, and maybe even have more sounds. Those were working pretty well, but right now as I add more voices, as it's essentially trying to stream more WAV files off of SD, we get some choppy, stuttery sounds, which I'll demo tomorrow as well. So that's the progress update on the ambient machine.
That's pretty cool. Thank you for coming by and showing that off.
You bet. Thanks. See it.
Okay. And next up we have Erin St.
Hello. So I've been working on a project where I took a Teddy Ruxpin, which is one of these old animatronic teddy bears from, I think, the 1980s. And I've skinned him and I've put him inside of this Figmetn doll right here. He fits just almost perfectly. And I'm now in the process of updating the voice files and eyeball files to customize them even further. So I'll just turn him on here for a second and see if he'll talk to us.
Hello, Billy. Hello, Daisy. Would you like to hear a story?
So Billy and Daisy are my two nieces, and my plan here is to also get my mom to record some audio, telling some stories. Maybe my aunt and maybe Grandpa who's in Australia can all tell some stories, and then when they squeeze on his hand, instead of the original files like he talks here, we're gonna be able to have custom files with the kids' names and the voices of the folks they know. So this has been a fun little project. He fits perfectly inside the Figmetn doll. I did have to split his head open in order to make the eyeballs line up a little bit perfectly, but gluing jewels always fixes everything. So I'm working on this project this week, and I just got him talking, so I'm pretty excited about it, and I'm looking forward to getting this completed and getting some video of my baby nieces.
That sounds great so far.
Yep, lots of fun.
Cool. Thank you for stopping by and showing that off.
All right. Have a good one.
Thanks. And that's all we have for today. In about 15 minutes, we'll have the Adafruit or the Ask an Engineer, and that will be coming up next at 8 p.m. Eastern.